Hi everybody. Today I'm going to be reviewing two really cheap microphones from Amazon. I was sent one of these microphones to review and the other I purchased myself. I've got a panel discussion coming up, a candidate forum for candidates running for office in my local area. And I want to set a microphone up at each candidate's seat and didn't really want to spend a lot of money on very expensive microphones. So trying out two inexpensive microphones. These are both dynamic microphones. I've got the Vahoe wired dynamic karaoke microphone. Very cheap, plasticky, 100% made of plastic, very poor build quality. It does have an on-off switch, but other than that, you know, it's as cheap as you could possibly imagine a microphone being. And then I've got the Pyle Pro. This is the PD Mic 58 Pyle Pro. It's all metal construction, very well built. Metal grill, metal construction, built-in windscreen, very, very thin piece of foam inside the metal here grill, but it does not have an on-off switch. So I've got these on some tabletop stands, and I've got them plugged into my Rodecaster Pro, and I have them turned off right now. What you're hearing is actually me speaking into this Rode pod mic that's coming into the Rodecaster Pro. I'm going to turn this off and we'll try each of these microphones and see what they sound like. I have processing turned on my main microphone here, and you probably hear that, but I have no processing turned on. I have it disabled for both of these other microphones that we're going to test today. The Vahoe wired dynamic microphone and the Pyle Pro are both no processing. All I had to do was raise the levels and give them phantom power. So we're going to give these a shot and see what they sound like. First, we're going to listen to the Vahoe wired dynamic karaoke microphone. All right, now you're listening to the Vahoe wired dynamic microphone, and you can see I have to get right up on the microphone. I have phantom power at 48 volts turned on, and I have it turned all the way up. All the way up. And the amount of feedback I'm getting is incredible. It is, all I hear in my headphones is feedback. I don't know if this is a defective mic, but it is unusable. It is so bad. There's really almost no redeeming quality whatsoever. I have to get this close and talking to the mic at full gain, 100% gain on the mic, and then if I push my slider all the way up, the feedback is just incredible. It's unusable. You would not use this microphone for even a karaoke machine. All right, now I'm going to switch over to the Pyle. And now you're listening to the Pyle Pro. A lot of handling noise here. It's the PD Mic 58. It does have a good bit of handling noise. A lot of microphones do in the lower price points. But if this is on a stand in front of you, I feel like I've got the level set as high as they'll go, but I do not have my slider up all the way. I can still push it up a little bit more, but there's virtually no noise on this microphone. This is something that could very easily be used in a setting like I want to use it for. I mean, is it a professional microphone? No, it's $16, but it is definitely usable. It's all metal construction, extremely well built, and very little noise coming in to the microphone at all. Very well built. So that's the Pyle Pro. And I'm going to go back to the Vahoe in just a second so that you can hear that feedback one more time. Again, this is the Vahoe. and the Pyle Pro with no audio processing whatsoever. Peter Piper picked a pick of pickled peppers. You can hear the built-in windscreen does not do a very good job with plosives, but you can get a pack of these foam windscreens for very little. I'm going to put this on here. Let me mute. Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So I'm speaking directly into the microphone, and the key with this is, I'm going to have people who are not experienced at speaking into microphones. They don't know about off-axis rejection. They don't know about, the proper placement or distance. And so I'm going to be using my Rodecaster Pro to move my levels up and down, and I'm going to have these windscreens on to just keep the plosives to a minimum. And I really think this is doing a great job. The Pyle Pro, for $15.57 at the current price, comes with the all-metal microphone and an XLR to quarter-inch 15-foot cable. More than you need. It is a very well-built mic. Doesn't come with any kind of box or stand or anything like that, but it's all metal. I don't really think you even need one. So this is definitely the mic I'm going to be going with. I purchased this with my own money. I'll be purchasing 4 or 5 more of these to fill out the number that I need. And then I don't know what to do with this Vayohi. It is really just trash. I don't know if it could be defective. It could be something, in the manufacturing process. It didn't pass QC, something like that. But it shouldn't be sold on Amazon if it's defective. It is all plastic, cheap capsule, more noise than you would hear using your iPhone as a microphone with the volume turned all the way up. I mean, it's just unusable. So 0 stars for the Vayohi wired dynamic microphone, and for the price, 5 stars for this Pyle Pro. It is a fantastic microphone for the price. Now, I have no processing turned on, but I'm going to go turn on some processing just for a moment. Now, this is just the basic level of processing. I believe this is set at the Rodecaster Pro defaults. I haven't adjusted the settings for this particular XLR input, and they're all unique. So this is the Pyle Pro with some processing added. And again, I'm going to turn this back off in just a second so you can hear the raw microphone. But the processing that you can add on this microphone, it does seem to introduce just a little bit of noise. But with no processing turned on, it's a crisp, good for vocals, good for spoken word, clear, understandable. It's just a good microphone. So 5 stars to the Pyle Pro, and really just 0 stars to this Vayohi. It is, like I said, unusable.
A tip that goes into the amplifier. I see this little part inside of the cable itself. The other side that goes into the mic, this looks like it was assembled well, but the other side that's supposed to go into the back of my amplifier is not. According to the information I read about this cable, I was expecting to get a tip kind of like this at the end of it. This is just an adapter that I have for the other cables that I have for my amplifier. But I was expecting to see this kind of tip, coming out from here, but instead I get this, which I don't know. I think there was a mistake. I don't think it was assembled correctly, and it's basically just falling apart. It's not something that I can use. I can't even test it with my mic right now because this piece is not, it doesn't go anywhere. It doesn't go on anything. So I will be placing this on Amazon, and hopefully they'll send me a replacement or tell me if it's something I have to work with, or I don't know. So anyways, I am kind of confused, and I'm thinking that it's not right because I'm thinking that this was a tip that I saw on the description for the cable. I was supposed to have this kind of tip, so I can go in the back of the amplifier. Anyways, well, it's just for Amazon to tell me if it's something I need to return, or if you guys are going to be able to give me another one that's that's the correct cable that is assembled properly. Anyways, thanks again. Have an awesome day. Bye for now. Okay, so this is just a follow-up video to really complain about this company that makes this product, Pyle. I believe now that they're called Pyle because all they make is a pile of crap or a pile of junk. All the good reviews I saw here, I was really expecting, that this would be an amazing microphone. But here's the thing, the cable that came with it, actually had the tip that's supposed to be the 1/4 inch plug, male plug to put on the back of the amplifier, came looking like this. It's ridiculous. And so it wasn't even complete. So I had to actually go to the Guitar Center, and I purchased this right here. I followed the instructions. I actually put it onto the cable, and I had actually soldered it onto this, and this was yesterday. I soldered it good, and when we connected it and we put it on the amplifier and to try and test it, nothing was coming out, no sound or anything, and I thought maybe I did it wrong. So curiosity got the best of me, and I wanted to see how these things basically look, how they operate. So I started basically going through and being a curious Joe as I am, and not to mention because I like electronics and stuff like that. I figured maybe there's a little wire that's missing or that's not connected. What if it's a problem with the microphone, right? So first thing I did is I took off this top right here, and it's kind of hard doing it with one hand while I'm holding the phone in the other hand. So let me put it down, okay? And I thought, wow, this is interesting. I mean, it looks like a really good, high-quality microphone itself, right? And I just couldn't figure out how to open this. And then that's when I noticed this thin little line that runs here. And it just so happens that's how you unscrew this microphone from the body. So when I went ahead and unscrewed it, here, let me just go ahead and try and unscrew it right here. When I went ahead to unscrew it to take a look at what's going on, here's where it really shocked me, and I thought, this is ridiculous, First thing I noticed, okay, there's some couple of red little wires, and I thought I want to be real careful, see what they're connected to. And, I was trying to take a look on the inside when I noticed one of the wires just simply pops out, and I was like, what? And here it is. The wires are not connected to anything. They're just like in there, but they're just totally, totally loose, not connected to anything at all. And I thought that was absolutely ridiculous. The cable was messed up, and now even the microphone, they're not connected to the contacts on the bottom, which are supposed to be these contacts right here. I just took a close look in there, and you can see where it should be connected down there, and unfortunately it just came like this. So I didn't lose much, except some sleep and some frustration that I got, but I didn't lose much because when I called Amazon originally to tell them that the cable was not even done right, that the piece was not even the correct piece. I mean, it was just like this, which is ridiculous. They immediately just refunded me for the whole purchase. So you really don't lose dealing with Amazon. Their customer service is amazing. But seriously, this company, Pyle, I don't know, are they getting kindergartners to put together these electronics and then assemble them, or what? I mean, I really don't know what the heck is going on. But this is like the lowest quality, crap I've ever gotten. So it's pretty infuriating. Hopefully other people's experiences is different, but mine, was terrible. So I just received from Amazon another one since they refunded me right away. I purchased this one by Tyler, and I just tried it right now, and that one is an amazing microphone, really good quality. The cable and the microphone that arrived in that box were good quality, really, really good stuff, But this one by Pyle, I cannot even recommend it. I'm sorry to say it. Hopefully Pyle sees this video and realizes that, whatever's going on in their warehouse, they're not doing at all any good jobs, and they're actually really messing things up. So anyways, this is my review, and I hope you guys had a better experience. Have a wonderful day. Bye for now.
All right, we on. So, anyway, the latest group of the night. Well, I moved back into my apartment. Yay. Which is long story. But anyway, I moved out to my apartment again. And this time, the Broward County rental assistance is paying my rent to May of 2023. Ain't that something? Yay! So, make the story short, I am now back in my apartment. I moved back then Saturday was the 26th or the 27th. No, 26th. Yeah, 26th. 26th Saturday. Yeah, Saturday 26th. So, to make the story short, as you see, I got the picture of Jesus Christ behind me, which is the Last Supper. Let me put this up a little bit there. You see the picture? Yeah, that's the Jesus Christ Last Supper. So I have that. I'm in the living room. Well, actually, I'm in the kitchen area, which is the dining room area, where I have my breakfast and all the goody stuff. So I'm back. Can't tell you how grateful and everything is. God been God been all right with me. I mean, to face it, folks, I've been through a lot. I mean, when I say a lot between the cataracts in the eyes, kidney surgeries, and other medical issues that I'm having. But you know what? I am still here. God don't want me yet. He says I'm too much trouble. He says you stay down there. You're safer down there. So anyway, I've been going to church with my wife. She's on the praise and worship team, and I play the drums, which is not drums, but which is percussion, which is timbales. If anybody knows what that is, it's two tom toms, which is from Africa, originally from Africa, and it went from Africa to Spain, from Spain to Puerto Rico, from Puerto Rico to Venezuela, and then from Venezuela went to Cuba, and from Cuba it's been around the world. So between all the groups that play timbales, which is Joe Cuba, number one, Tito Puente, that's number two, Carlos Santana, which is number three, Earth, Wind, and Fire, which is four, and then there's me. Ain't that something? Out of five people, we all play timbales. So, yeah, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. So, I've been studying a lot. I've been doing my journals. I've been seeing the doctors. But all in all, I'm doing just fine. I can't complain. Nobody hears, nobody listens. So, but there is a person who does listen, and that's his man above, which is God. And then this is his son, which is Jesus Christ. So, them two combine into one. They listen to your problems and everything else according to whatever. So, anyway, I'm just giving you guys a heads up, letting you know that I am back. I am still here. I'm sorry for the delays on so and so forth because my laptop, well, I didn't know my video worked or not, but it's working good. And that's the latest scoop for now. So you guys take care of yourself, and we'll talk soon. So you all have a good night. God bless. Be safe. And remember, God loves you. Goodbye for now.
Check, check, check. Check, check. Check, check, check. Check, 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 check.
Microfono China con il design uguale a un SM58, in effetti si chiama anche PodMic 58. Allora vi dico, è un microfono che costa 11 euro, quindi non vi aspettate la qualità di uno Shure, però si difende e fa il fatto suo. Diciamo che per cose veloci, non per fare cose lunghe, o comunque voglio dire, cioè, per piccole applicazioni di parlato possono andare tranquillamente bene. C'è in dotazione anche un cavo molto plasticoso, che è un jack Canon, che funziona tranquillamente, e quindi è un prodotto che si può utilizzare per piccole cose.
The driver was really awesome. He handled everything with care. So I recommend him to deliver more packages. Thank you.